energy again. Let's start the introduction to that. First up in the second half is Neil Sharpson.
Threat to life, man. Hello, everyone. My name's Neil. I have a young daughter. It's been 2 years since Frozen came out, and I'm still here. Wasn't easy. The lowest point was probably last Christmas, when my daughter was given a singing Elsa doll by a family member who has been dealt with. And the toy itself is very simple in conception. It's a blonde stick. You press a button and it goes, let it go, over and 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 over, to the point where I don't think my daughter was actually playing with it. I think she was just suffering from some kind of nervous tic. And as I succumbed to madness, I noticed something, and that was, as the batteries were running down, the doll's voice was becoming slower and deeper and more infused with an unmistakable sense of existential ennui. And by the end of it, it wasn't really sounding like Idina Menzel, but more like Krusty the Clown. He was, let it go, let it go. And I started to wonder what other celebrities I could make my poor unsuspecting daughter's toys sound like. And after weeks of experimentation and swapping out expired and nearly expired batteries, I finally had it. I had my masterpiece. I held in my hand my greatest creation. I had a Winnie the Pooh that sings in the voice of Tom Waits. I'm just a little black green cloud hovering over the honey tree. I'm just a little black green cloud. Pay no attention to little me. And Piglet murdered Tigger in the 100-acre wood with a 2x4 and a rusty nail. I love doing impressions. My favourite impression to do is Eamon Dunphy. I know what you're thinking, everyone can do an Eamon Dunphy impersonation, and you're right. And my Eamon Dunphy impersonation is not particularly good, it's not particularly funny, but it has something else that no one else can say. And to explain what that is, I have to talk about my transition year. Did anyone else do transition year? Yeah. Yes. Greatest year of my life. I was actually able to do an internship in RTE because my dad knows fucking everybody. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, he'd know people. How do you know this person? He'd say, oh, it's a long story, Neil. It's a long story. That's not actually what he sounds like, by the way. He sounds exactly like me, but if I do an impersonation of him, it's just going to sound like I'm having a schizophrenic episode. And then I said, oh, really? You said, yeah. And then I said, it's just going to look at me like I'm mental. But, I mean, it'd be so weird. I'd come home from school, there'd be this old man sleeping on the couch, and I'd go into the kitchen, and my dad would be just there, chopping up some carrots, and I'd say, Dad, who's that on the couch? I said, oh, it's an old friend of mine, Neil. He's just in the country for a few days. And I said, okay, fair enough. Who is he? I said, oh, that's Nikita Khrushchev, Neil. Former leader of the Soviet Union, denounced the Stalinist purges, and then brought the world to the brink of nuclear annihilation during the Cuban Missile Crisis. And how do you know? Oh, it's a long story, Neil. It's a long story. But anyway, I was able to get this internship in RTE because my dad knew one of the producers because he busted him out of a Vietnamese prison camp or something. I don't fucking know. And I'm working on this Irish language documentary program, Lergus. I don't know if you're... Yeah, remember... Hello. Am I going? I'm drifting out. Oh, fuck. Still here. So I was working on this Irish language documentary program, and for one of the shows we had to interview Eamon Dunphy. So we drove out to his studio. He comes out to meet us. Lovely man, professionalism itself, unlike this microphone. And he invites us.
Leave down the microphone. We can hear him, can't you?
Yeah. All right. Okay, we're freestyling it. Right, so he invites us in, asks us to sit down, offers us some cocaine, we politely refuse. We do the interview in English, it goes very well, he's witty and informative, but then the producer has an idea and he wants him to do a promo os Gaeilge. Right, so what he wants him to say is Clár Mahe, ní Clár Úntaché agus Clár Mahe, which for the Protestants in the audience means it's a good show. It's not a great show, but it's a good show. The classic Eamon Dunphy catchphrase given a new twist to reflect these changed circumstances. It's funny. But the problem is, well, okay, everyone, can you see that table? Did everyone see that table? You all see the table? Interesting fact about that table. That table has more Irish than Eamon Dunphy. So first we just ask him just to say, is Clár Maithí ní Clár Untugé agus Clár Maithí. But he can't do it. Of course he can. It's like if a Chinese person came up to you and said, hey, say, it's like, it's not that I don't know what those words mean. It's my mouth doesn't know how to make those sounds. So next we try writing it out phonetically for him. He's reading it, but it's wrong. The stresses are in the wrong places, and the joke doesn't work, and we're going back and forth, and the producer is there pulling his hair out, and finally I step up, I cross the room, I grab Eamon Dunphy by his lapels, and I say, it's Clár Maithí, ní Clár Untugé, agus Clár Maithí. And that is why my Eamon Dunphy impersonation is different from everyone else's, because I am the only person who has ever had to do an Eamon Dunphy impersonation for Eamon Dunphy, so that Eamon Dunphy knows what Eamon Dunphy is supposed to say. Thank you, Eamon.